Crossbone Radiowave, bringing you the fun in Cardfight Vanguard. Good evening everyone, this is Crossbone Vanguard. I'm Dempster and I'll be your host for today. Crossbone Radiowave is a radio show dedicated to bringing you anything and everything Crossbone Vanguard and Cardfight Vanguard, including updates, announcements, and so on. Keep in mind that Crossbone Radiowave is not an official radio show and is entirely inspired by Hibiki Radio's Radio Vanguard G and Radio Vanguard G Next. So today is the 6th of May, which means this is going to be the last Radio Wave. Yeah, chill. I know. It's a shock even for me, even for all of us here at Crossbone Vanguard as well. But yes, this is going to be the last Radio Wave for a number of reasons. First of all, it's because with so many things that are happening for us right now, there's so many content for us to churn out, and lots of commitments here and there. It keeps increasing every day, and because of that, I find it hard to keep up with the radio show, to write the script, to do research on card trivia the days and stuff, and things like that. So I really didn't have the time to do that, and of course not to mention sitting down here and actually recording everything in one go, which usually takes about like half an hour to 1 hour at most. So that's one of the reasons. Another reason is also because, well, as much as we want to have some interaction with everyone here, don't get me wrong, there has been very positive reviews, positive feedbacks about the radio show, the Radio Wave, and you guys have been so supportive in giving us all sorts of comments, feedbacks, fan mails, and even suggestions for what to talk about in the next Radio Wave. But all that has come to a saturation point, and well, let's just put it in a way that it's starting to get stale and repetitive. Even for myself, as much as I really love doing radio shows like these, well, sooner or later you come to know that you start to question your existence in life. Well, not really, but in all seriousness, it has started to get a little blah. That's the best way I can put it. So that's another reason. Third reason is that I'm starting to get sick and all. Just not sick of everything. Don't worry about that. What I meant is because of my health conditions. Suddenly sounds super serious, but okay, jokes aside, I get in and out of colds and just minor illnesses from time to time. So during the times where I really want to record, suddenly I fall sick, and my vocal quality suddenly becomes like very not 100%, not top notch. I know that's a very bad excuse for not doing the Radio Wave, but that's one of the minor contributing reasons to everything else. So that's the main reason and all. But of course, don't worry, because this is the last Radio Wave. I'm going to make it as good as possible, and end up with a bang, like how Radio Wave is supposed to be like in Mega Man Star Force. If you guys played the game, I kind of liked the first one. I didn't really like the second one. I hated the second one. I didn't really like the third one. So yeah, anyway, that's just a very bad segue right there. Another thing is 6th of May is also my birthday. Woohoo! I know, shameless plug, whatever. It's my show. I do what I want. But yeah, for those of you who have given me birthday wishes, thank you very much for the wishes. I do read them, so I'm not gonna say what I read and stuff, but thank you very much, all of you, all you Crossbone Vanguards, Crossbone Rearguards, whoever's out there wishing me happy birthday. I thank you all from the bottom of my heart, and I love you guys for doing that. So yep, as a birthday, I'm gonna make this epic as well. So well, since it's a birthday, let's just talk about a bit of me, because I really get to do that in the show. I come to think of it. But anyway, let's just talk about, like, say, how I joined Crossbone Vanguards by myself. As myself. I don't even know what I'm trying to say anymore. But all in all, I joined Crossbone Vanguard back in 2014, around there, I think. Hold on, I can't. Yeah, around there. So it was during the time Legion May Arc was still on. So I guess that can give you a bit of a gauge on when I joined. It was, I think, around April, September-ish. That's when I kind of got interested in Vanguard. That's why I knew that I got to know Leon and the captain a little better. So they play Vanguard, and I was like, hey, this game looks quite interesting. The artwork's pretty cool, and it seems easy to catch and stuff. So I decided to give it a try. And you know, eventually I started to build my own deck. So the first deck I built was the Aqua Force Legion deck, which was kind of bad, unfortunately. I didn't really, you know, come to think of it, it was kind of crap. But the deck I built was the Blue Storm Legion deck, with my Ace Vanguard being Tetra Burst Dragon. Solely because, you know, my friend showed, told me, you know, back then I was like super into Pokemon, like not as much. I mean, now I'm not as crazy as before, but back then I was like super crazy, and well, it's kind of obvious what my favorite Pokemon is Squirtle, by the way, and of course, you know, all the evolutions that come after it, like Water Turtle, Blastoise, so on. So my friend told me that there would be a card in Vanguard they really like because it looks a lot like Blastoise, and that got me sold immediately. I'm not even kidding. And that card was Tetra Burst Dragon, so built a deck around it, you know, with all the rares and the commons and whatever I could scrounge up, and I went ahead from there. So under the mentoring and tutelage from all the Crossbone Vanguard's fellow friends and all, like Leon, the captain, even Jiraiya, I learned a lot, and I mean a lot in that very short time. And I got better in Vanguard, and I decided to take up, you know, 1 or 2 clans on my own. So when GBT01 came out, I immediately picked Oracle Think Tank because at that point in time when I was learning Vanguard, also I was watching the show, I was watching the anime from start, like the first season until the 4th. So, you know, immediately Misaki became my most favorite character, for reasons I do not need to explain. And because of that, I got into Oracle Think Tank, and you know, like when GBT01 came out, I decided to take that as my other clan, the clan that I would like to main. Unfortunately, I did not know at that time the Oracle Think Tank support was already very, very, very bad. But whatever, I did as much as I could in order to strengthen the deck, and you know, the rest is history. You have seen how my Susano deck and all my other Oracle Think Tank decks evolve and have displayed how much they can do throughout the whole of our channel history. And about the channel, yes, I haven't gotten to that yet. Somehow I can't remember exactly what happened, but Leon, as the captain, found out that hey, I have experience in doing YouTube videos and stuff. So yeah, so I think we talked about it. Yeah, I think that's basically what we did. So we talked, you know, and then just, you know, we suddenly brought out Leon suddenly brought out the idea of wanting to do a YouTube channel for Vanguard. So back then I was thinking, you know what, since I have experience in YouTube, why not have you guys do it? And yep, now the rest is really history. So that's how we started. You know, we started creating the channel, and well, just doing all the basic administration to it, like creating the cover art, the profile picture, about descriptions and things like that. But we never actually had a video until you decided, you know what, when GTTD 03 and 04 came out, I told them, like, you know what, hey guys, this is the perfect time for us to start making a video for Vanguard. So I took out the camera that I've been using all the time for my vlog in my old channels, and just started filming there in my room, which is the exact same room and the exact same position where I'm doing the radio show right now. So it's the exact same place. And after that, you know, everything just started to kick off, and etc, etc. So basically, that's how, you know, that's the story of how I joined Crossbone Vanguards. Alright, so I think I've been talking for quite a lot now, so let's just move on to the next section. So for the last time, stand up, Vanguardo! Crossbone Radiowave, bringing you the fun in Cardfight Vanguard. This program is brought to you by Crossbone Vanguards. Crossbone Radiowave, bringing you the fun in Cardfight Vanguard. Good evening once again, this is Dempster, and we will now talk about the most recent episode of the anime Cardfight Vanguard G. Next, Turn 30, The Light from Before, or Anohi Mita Kagayaki. So this time round, you know, the under 20 second stage has been announced, and it's called Castle Royale. I know, not very original, but let them do whatever they want, yeah? But anyway, the second round is essentially the same as the first, except with a bit of twist. Instead of going to the drop zone, the one who loses the fight will be out completely. And you know, you will never come back or whatsoever. There's no way you're back. You're out forever. So whoever, you know, once your team members are all gone, including yourself, duh, you will be out. The team will be disqualified, and that's about it for your team. Your team says bye-bye. So yeah, basically that's how it goes. And other than that, it's essentially the same as the Cray Scramble in stage 1, where you just keep on fighting and, you know, collect points and stuff. But of course, to initiate a fight, you don't really have to, you know, like, I see you, you see me, I'll fight out, reacts, and we start a fight. No, not like that. You can choose whether to accept a fight. You can choose whether to initiate a fight or not. But once one fighter initiates the fight, the other fighter cannot back down and cannot refuse, cannot run away, etc. So that in itself, I think, is still the same thing. But other than that, everything else is all the same. The one with the highest goes to the finals. I think the top 4 teams will go into the finals. So no surprise who the teams are, you know, but let's just give them the benefit of the doubt and, you know, continue watching until it unfolds itself. So anyway, for this week's episode, we see Verno. Was it Verno? Verno, yeah. The lady in Team Dividers, the one who uses Genesis, fighting against Tayo. Suddenly forgot the name. So yeah, this week's fight is just, you know, based on the highlights, you know, Tayo and Verno. Go Paladin versus Genesis. Go Paladin, we've already seen how much they can do. Of course, Tayo himself, being an inexperienced player, just as inexperienced as Gurgwit himself is, of course, there are certain plays that, you know, certain cards that he doesn't put in a deck for advertising reasons. And not only that, there are certain moves that he could have done or could have not done. But that's just the anime standpoint. I'm not going to say much about it, except for the fact that, the new Genesis boost is gonna be really pretty. And that's a very bad pun because the name of the new ace is called Prime Beauty Amaruda. I know that was very bad. I'm sorry about that. You know, like, ending the whole series off like that. But anyway, so Amaruda is the new Ace Vanguard for Genesis, other than Fenrir and, you know, a few others back then. At first, I thought it was Artemis, because Amaruda uses a bow and arrow as well. But apparently, I was wrong. I mean, like, duh, why would I be wrong? Why would I not be wrong? You know. But when I saw the skill that was displayed when Verno strikes and all, I was like, oh my gosh, you counter blast 1, you soul charge I think 2 or 3, and then you choose your Vanguard and one of your rear guards with the Revelation ability, and they both get I think 3-4k that amount. So that's pretty cool actually, you know, because without all the cheating skills and all the infinite loops and stuff, Fenrir himself doesn't really boast much of a power boost unless you're using cards like Yomungan and Haiti, if you're just focusing on the new G era cards itself. So that really is a welcome change. Of course, combined with Hati and Yomungan, if you want to play them, then the power boost is even greater. But that all depends on your playstyle and what cards will be coming out for the new set. But not only that, another thing would be Amaruda herself has the Revelation skill. I think only on the Vanguard Circle. So she's one of the few new cards with the Revelations specified on the Vanguard Circle, other than Savava and I can't remember what the grade 2's name is, Nili or something like that. But yeah, having Vanguards with the Revelation that specifies, if it's placed on the Vanguard Circle, is actually quite helpful for the early game as well, because I have seen a lot of cards in GPT 08 where all the Revelation cards come in, and except for Savava, none of the other cards have a Vanguard Revelation skill. So that is kind of sad, really. So to see, in order to use Revelation when you ride, the only card you can ride up to is Savava, and if you strike the Savava, you're gonna have a bad time because you won't be able to soul charge anything at all, because Fenrir is mainly the one that helps you do that with his strike skill. So if you don't have a consistent soul charging, you are pretty much dead. So with Amaruda having and a few other cards having the Vanguard Revelation skill, that's really helpful, and it also helps you build your soul, and not only that, it helps you filter your deck and lets you know what you can do a lot easily, what you can do over the next few turns, and plan accordingly from there. So I really like Amaruda. Not only that, Ishtar herself is a very interesting card as well, because this is the first card I see that allows you to flip more than one G unit face up a turn. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but according to the anime, that's how it happens. I see Verno flipping Ishtar up twice, so that's an instant GB3, 4, whichever. Which really helps on the GB8 as well, if you're actually going to play that in this Amaruda deck. Which I think it might happen, or I think it might work, I don't know, but once Fighters Collection comes out with all the GB8 and all the stuff like that, only then we will see whether, you know, this strategy is viable or not. And of course, Taiyo lost this fight because he's been raising so many death flags, or rather lost flags in this episode. Like, I have to win, I have to follow Kazuma-san and Kurono-san, and in the end he lost. So that's kind of obvious, and you know, judging by who his opponent is from Defrider, so why would Defrider lose, right?
Crossbone Radiowave, bringing you the fun in Cardfight Vanguard.
Next up is, what's that card? This is the section where I'll pick a random card from a random clan and describe it in the most cryptic way possible, and you guys are going to guess what card I am describing. I will announce the answer at the end of the show, so listen on if you want to know if you're correct or not. So this week we have, for the final Radio Wave, we have a pretty interesting card that, you know, isn't really much used. But this card is from Dimension Police. It's a great one. It has a boost ability, like no crap, like duh, you know. The shield, 5k shield, with a base power of 5,000, so you might want to look into that. And it's got 1 critical, and it's a Battleroid. So this card has one single skill. I won't specify what kind of skill it is, but just know that it's a skill that helps you, or helps, you know, this whole thing in general. So I hope you know what I'm talking about. But appearance wise, obviously it's a robot. You know, most I won't say all, most Dimension Police units are robots, giant robots and transformers and stuff, so you know what to look out for. So this is a robot. It's mostly grey, a bit like Strike Noir if you watch, or if you know about Gundam Seed or Gundam Seed Destiny or whatsoever like that. This looks a bit like Strike Noir without the backpack. Well, it has a backpack, but it looks more like, I don't know, two things jutting out and stuff. And it's got a bit of red and gold trims as well, and it's holding a weapon. It's holding a green plasma blade, if I'm not wrong, and on its other hand, it's doing a karate chop thing. And one interesting thing to notice is that I think this particular unit itself can transform into a car because it's got wheels on its thighs. So I'm pretty sure it can transform into some sort of a vehicle like that. So with that in mind, do you guys know what the answer is? If you don't worry, you still have a lot of time until the end when the answer is revealed, so wait till the end to see whether you're correct or not.
Crossbone Radiowave, bringing you the fun in Cardfight Vanguard.
Card Trivia of the Day! This is the section where we pick a certain card and talk about it in as many details as possible, such as the skill it has, the artwork, its use in the deck, and of course random trivia about the unit. So because today is the last Radio Wave, I've been mentioning that a lot, I know, so there won't be things like, you know, if you want to know what card you want us to talk about next, blah blah blah, you know, that kind of thing. But today we are going back to the United Century. Praise the sun, for I'm going to talk about Sunrise Ray Knight Gurguit. This week's card trivia of the day is suggested by Isaac Begum aka Cardfight Vanguard on YouTube, so thank you very much for the suggestion. So, Gurguit himself has two skills. His first generation breakthrough skill is that when he's your Vanguard and he's being attacked, you may Counter Blast 1 and Soul Blast 1. If you do, look at the top 4 cards of your deck, call one of them to the Guardian Circle at rest. His second skill, which is a strike skill, is that when your Genius strikes, you can Counter Blast 1 and look at the top 4 cards of your deck, call one of them to the Rearguard Circle, and he gets plus 2k. So as you can see, Gurguit himself, this unit is very defensive, and he plays a lot to the law as well because he is very inexperienced, I guess. So anyway, Gurguit's art is also done by Ebira, who illustrated cards like Mighty Rogue Nightstorm, Liberator of the Round Table Alfred, and Angelic Wiseman. So thank you very much for the art, for the wonderful art, and of course your contribution to Vanguard. Arigatou gozaimashita. So, Gurguit himself is a high-ranked knight of Gold Paladin, called by many as the synonym of Paragon Knight because he's humble and diligent despite possessing high capabilities. Although the investigation team was disassembled as he, the captain, was injured, he was given the opportunity to establish a new troop thanks to his achievements so far. However, his face still looks gloomy. Why? Because of the injury dealt by Claret Sword Dragon before the outbreak of the Civil War, he could not contribute in that war at all, and he keeps feeling sorry about his issue. So, this kind of plays into his inexperience as a captain of Gold Paladin, and, kind of explains why the skill is, his Generation Breakthrough skill is very defensive as well. So anyway, Gurguit is blaming himself for, such an unsightly performance as a captain of the Honorable Regular Army. The residue of regret guides him wrongly and ruining the trust towards him he has built so far. But one day, someone visited the sanctuary as if to say, stop a while to the breaking Gurguit. You when you're hungry, take a Snickers. Then you feel better. Something like, I wonder if they have Snickers in Cray. I don't know, maybe I'll ask IG one day. But anyway, that someone is Vortimer Diablo. Just so you know. But anyway, Gurguit himself, of course, is based off the legendary king of Britons, or Britons, I don't know how it's pronounced, Gurguit Barbtruk. He is the son of Belinus and is said to have found a home for the Irish people. Barbtruk sounds familiar, don't it? Because that's the name of the critical trigger that came out in GB303 for the Liberators. It's a female, by the way, so I don't know how it's transformed to female, but yep, that was Barbtruk. So these two cards together form the legendary king Gurguit Barbtruk. So Gurguit was a peaceful king who followed in the manner of his father and grandfather. Yet when the king of Danes refused to pay tribute to Belinus' son, Gurguit took a fleet and invaded Denmark, killing the king and reducing the country to subservience. That's a very profound word. But anyway, on the return voyage, English, Gurguit came across a fleet of 30 ships of men and women called Basclenis under the leadership of Partholorn. Or something. Man, these names are tough. Anyway, they have been exiled from Spain and sought a new land to live in. Gurguit did not follow them to settle in Britain, but he gave the Isle of Ireland to settle. Gave them the Ireland to settle, which was, according to this fanciful legend, uninhabited until then, and thus the Basclenians became the Irish. Ooh. So Gurguit died peacefully and was buried in Caerleon, a city he built up from the time his father founded it. Gwythelin succeeded him as his kingship. Who's Gwythelin? It's his son. So that's basically the story of Gurguit. There really isn't much in records, I guess, and there really I think there isn't a whole lot on what he did and all, except for giving people Ireland to live in, and they became the Irish and things like that. But he was a peaceful death, and I guess that's kind of cool as well. So how that transmuted into an inexperienced, gloomy, breaking Gurguit, I have no idea, but I guess that's how it is, right? So that's all for this week's card review of the day, and thank you very much for listening to me talking about cultural references and the skills and everything that has been researched thus far.
Crossbone Radiowave, bringing you the fun in Cardfight Vanguard.
Crossbone information. This is where we bring you news about upcoming releases, local events, and insights about Cardfight Vanguard and Crossbone Vanguards. Fighters Collection 2017 will be released on May 12th, Friday. This set provides support for all clans, and each clan will be receiving a Heal trigger with a skill, a corresponding G Guardian, and a G unit with Generation Break 8. In English format, G Character Booster 3 Rami Labyrinth Under the Moonlight will be released on the same day. This set includes further support for Pale Moon and Grand Blue, and introduces a new rarity called Rami Labi Rare, or RLR, which comes with the hot stamp signatures of the voice actresses of Luna and Kudo Haruka and Aimi respectively. So be sure to get these sets and enhance your Vanguard experience. The anime Cardfight Vanguard G next airs at Cardfight Vanguard's official YouTube channel every Sunday at 10 AM. At the same time, tune in to Crossbone Vanguard's YouTube channel for a new Cardfight every Thursday at 6 PM, as well as our weekly gaming live stream every Sunday at 7 PM. That is all for Crossbone information.
Crossbone Radiowave, bringing you the fun in Cardfight Vanguard.
This marks the end of today's Crossbone Radiowave. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I definitely had a lot of fun from the beginning till now doing all this for you guys. So before we move on to the end of the show, let's review the answer for the last What's That card. And the card is Metalborg Deathblade. Yeah, it's kind of obvious considering, you know, Transformers and stuff. Anyway, so with Metalborg Deathblade is great. 1 boost ability, 5k shield, 5k base power, 1 critical, and he's a Battleroid. So his one and only skill is that when this unit is placed on a rearguard circle, you may pay the cost, which is Soul plus 1. If you do, choose another of your units and the unit gets plus 5k until the end of turn. So on its own, it's quite a bad card to ride on considering it's only 5k. It makes not much difference as to, you know, cards like, I mean, okay, for Metalborgs, like Black Boy and things like that. You know, Black Boy himself is already a 5k, so you write to him, it's like 5k. It makes almost no difference. 2k is very important. But anyway, I can't imagine a Great Zero Gash can hit, Grenache can hit this. But anyway, so this card isn't, I'm not sure whether it's very often used or not, but it certainly helps in boosting the Metalborg itself. The Metalborg, because Metalborg is very based on adding power to the Vanguard and getting benefits from there. And not only that, it really is, you know, it deals a lot with having the Legion as well. So there are a lot of Legion supports for Metalborgs, and JJ plays the Metalborgs, so he of all people, he of all of us should know how it plays and what goes with what. So if you want any, you know, any tips and advice on how to build a functioning or even a, you know, a very good Metalborg deck, go to JJ for help. He's on Discord. You can ask him, and I'm pretty sure he's nice enough to, you know, give you some advices on how to make your deck better. So anyway, because this is the last radio wave, I know I said that already. Trust me, this is gonna be the second last time I say that. But because it's the last, we won't, you know, there really isn't, you know, another time for us to read fan mails and stuff. But I mean, as in, you know, read the fan mails out somewhere somehow, but we will still be accepting fan mails and, you know, all sorts of ideas from you guys if you have any, and we will be waiting for them. So if you have one, do send it to our email at crossbonevanguards@gmail.com. So that's crossbone.vanguards with an S @gmail.com. If you have any questions you'd like to ask us, feel free to send them to us as well. Of course, you can send them to us at our socials. We are on Twitter at CrossboneVGS, Facebook at CrossboneVanguards, and not to mention, follow us on our blog at crossbonevanguards.com, where we post deck profiles, event coverages, and other things that we cannot post on our YouTube channel. And of course, if you want to support us even more than you already are, we have a Patreon page, so if you want to support us even more, go over and check it out and see what we have in store for you. We are coming up with a lot of more varied content and more ambitious projects such as a Vanguard web series and things like that. So if you want to support us even more, you can pledge some money to us, and we can reassure you and again, you know, again and again, that the money will go towards upgrading all our equipments that we've been using so far. And of course, we have a Discord server, so if you want to chat and hang out with us as well as the fellow rearguards, do join our Discord server and become a Crossbone Vanguard. So, you know, who knows, there might be perks for just Crossbone rearguards. Did I say Vanguards? Oh my gosh, my brain is dying. Anyway, so do join us on Discord and become a fellow Crossbone rearguard. So you can chat with us, have fun, and, you know, who knows, maybe there will be exclusive perks for all you rearguards out there. So why not join us? We've already hit 100 members, so thank you all 100 rearguards, and the number is still increasing, so keep us busy, man. We love giving out the roles to everyone. So, with that said, this is the last Radio Wave. Like I said, I had a lot of fun doing this, and I really hope I can do that again when I have more time. But for now, this is gonna be it. And I think I said a lot of end, but it has been a fun 12 weeks, or should I say 3 months. It has been a fun 3 months, you know, working with everyone, with writing, starting from writing the script, I mean, coming up the ideas, writing the script, and of course, you know, deciding what card to talk about for card trivia of the day, determining via a random generator what card, you know, to describe for what's that card, and things like that. And of course, the new sections here and there, like Strike the Seiyu, which never really took off, unfortunately, because I have come to terms with myself that I'm not a very good voice actor. So I'm gonna keep on cultivating that skill of mine for now until, you know, I get better. So anyway, of course, all this has been really fun. Thank you all very much for listening, and hopefully I'll come back with even more varied content, and by then, you know, I really hope more interaction can come in, more suggestions can come in as well. And you know, we love reading fan mails, we love reading every single thing you guys write. So they keep us positive, they keep our brain juices, you know, churning, they keep us they keep us generating new ideas every single time. So if you have anything you want to tell us or ask us, just feel free to send them to us in any way. We'll be sure to read them, and we'll be sure to, you know, come up with even better, you know, really good stuff for all you guys to enjoy, because from the beginning, everything that we do is for you guys, the fans, and of course the rear guards. I don't know why I segregated that, because they're all the same thing. So that's basically it, I guess. So wow, that has been a really fun journey. So thank you guys for riding on the Radio Wave with me, with us, all of us. I thank the captain and Leon for being you know, helping me out with writing all these as well, and you know, coming up with ideas on what to talk about and what you know, new segments we can do. And of course, thank you to our special guest, and by that I mean Different Fight. Thank you very much for joining me in one of our radio waves. It was really a lot of fun, and I really hope I can do that with you once more, maybe more, I don't know, but I hope that us as Crossbone Vanguards can collaborate with you even more in the future. And with that being said, thank you all very much for listening, and we will see you again very soon. Final Tang Endo! Turn 31. Fragile Living Things. Saori vs Tokoha. Kagero vs Neonectar. Will the fires of purgatory be quenched, or will the blooming flowers be burned into oblivion? Find out in the next episode of Cardfight Vanguard G next. Good night! Crossbone Radiowave, bringing you the fun in Cardfight Vanguard. This program has been brought to you by Crossbone Vanguards.